Hello Capricorn, welcome to Spirit in You. My name is Debbie and welcome to your January 2019 reading. So here I have 8 cards which are in the form of a timeline for you running through January, sort of approximately the beginning to the end. And as you're aware, energy is fluid, so we allow for that. I've also pulled a spirit animal card, which I thought would be nice, and also an angel card for us. So without further ado, I'm going to pull down the camera and I'm going to show you the cards and go through the reading with you. It's lovely to see you again. Just bear with me a moment. Here we are, Capricorn. Here are your cards. And to start with, you have the Mother of Wands, also your angel card, which we will come to. You have a mother feeling here as well. Could be very relevant for somebody, that mother aspect in you, the nurturing that's in you, the nurturing in your work, because the Mother of Wands would dictate that, because it's a wand, so it gears around your work, your goals, your aspirations, the ideas, the things that you want to do. And also the mother aspect of either you becoming a mother, you are a mother, or you're very, very attached to your mother. So we've got that strong mother feeling there. Mother Earth, Mother Nature, that kind of thing. I like the idea of that kicking off January for you, because that shows me that you're nurturing yourself, you're nurturing those that you care about in your personal life and in your work, and you've got your goals ready. You're kind of sealing the deal. You're putting a stamp on an idea that you've got at work, and possibly in a relationship as well. You might be saying, well, it's the new year now, or this relationship, it's been great, it continues to be great, but I think we better just, I don't know, make a couple of changes. Let's do it like this. But it's not in a forceful, bad way. It's in a very controlled, steering my course way, talking with your partner, explaining how you like things to go. Not putting all your eggs in one basket in that respect, but actually discussing how you see maybe things materializing. If it is all around work, it's very positive, because the Mother of Wands, she's very sure of herself. She's quite regal in her way of doing things, and she's got this real passion and drive. She's the sort of person that people come to and they ask how to do things. They ask her advice. So it could be somebody in a role where they've got a certain amount of clout now, and people listen to them and people want their advice. Or it could be just in your friendships, that your friends come to you and they ask you about certain areas of their life. What would you do? What do you think? Because you have that authority. You've also got that passion, which is really lovely. There's a passion here in you, passion in your work, and passion in what you do. Very nice for you, Capricorn, going into January. Look what you get next. You've got the Death card here. That means complete transformation. This could be a Scorpio person, male or female, coming into your life, or a Scorpio energy that you may possess yourself, because we've all got a little bit of every sign in us. It could be that the Scorpio side of you is coming out and you want to shake things up. You're about to transform your relationship, if that is how you feel, your work, if that is how you feel, and just stuff in life that you might think, well, actually, I'm going to transform the home. I'm going to get dusting, changing, cleaning, moving things around and shaking things up. Could be just about your home. Could be that you're thinking about it being January. I know a lot of people consider the idea that they may well go on some sort of fitness regime, don't they? Very common for January. Could be that. Could be that you're just deciding, well, you know what, this year, 2019, because it feels positive and because I've got this kind of drive and determination here, I'm going to really change things. I might change my appearance. And it could be that you really do. You might change how you dress. You may suddenly start wearing trousers when you used to wear skirts, skirts when you used to wear trousers, or changing your hair. It's definitely a transformation. And it could be very much on a physical basis, like you're transforming how you look. Or it could be that you're just transforming everything that's around you. Something's coming in that's transforming it, and it's getting rid of the old and it's bringing in the new, and it's very positive for you. So it's got that Scorpio feel to it. Could be a male or female coming in, just woo, transforming the way you do things. Then when you go on into your second week here, you've got the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords always reminds me of that inner strength that you possess, that inner strength that we've all got when we need it. So it could be that you've had a few things on your mind. You've started off the month. You know that you've got a year ahead of you at work where you want to make some changes, in your relationship where you need to make changes, making changes for yourself as well. So this would say that you've been thinking a lot, and that's fine, because we have to work things out, don't we? But what you don't want to do is get stuck in your thoughts, get stuck in a mindset, get stuck feeling that you're stuck when you're not. You're very free to class your thoughts as just thoughts, use what you need, and then move on to the next part of the plan, the next part of the game, the next phase that you're going into. So cut any ties that aren't necessary and release yourself from any stresses that just don't serve you, and open yourself up to the options that are around you. So take what you need from your thoughts. Don't have sleepless nights, because that's just pointless, and don't worry, because that won't change anything. Just consider what you need to do, and remember that you are free, that you are not tied to anything or anybody or any situation if it doesn't feel right. And also, you know, the transformation I talked about with the Death card here, with sort of the Scorpio feel, I get that here as well. Transformation, coming into your own, being aware that you've got something to say, that there's something you want to do, there's things that you could say that people want to hear. So a big transformation coming, and you know, feels quite personal to me. Lovely, it's lovely, Capricorn. Then when you go on to the end of the second week here, you've got the Magician. This is a great card. This is magic, and I've got strength and affinity coming through again. In fact, I've got it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. In fact, I've got it 4 times, because you've got fate and destiny here as well. So there's a strong theme running through here of inner strength and ability. I like the way that the energy is moving and opening you up, but it's steady, and then it zones into what you need it to zone into, and then comes out, and it comes out in an expressive form. The Magician shows that you've got all bases covered. Intellect is great. Money, you're working on it. It's definitely improving, and it's going to continue to do so. Goals, well, we've got our goals going on here, haven't we? We are starting it off with what we plan to do. People come to us, they listen to us. There's a certain amount of authority here. And the emotions, balancing them. So it's looking really positive for you. So if this is you in a role at work, you are in demand, you are in command, and you are leading the way. You're leading the way in a nice way, because I'm not getting you as being that sort of pushy salesperson, that pushy salesman, that pushy person. I'm getting you talking to everybody and saying, well, what do you think? You know, what's your input in this? If we did it this way, do you think that we would achieve something? Do you think we would get to our goals? Do you think we'd reach our targets? Do you think we'd make our plans happen if we talked about it and we put our cards on the table and we discuss what we needed to discuss? So there's an element of you bringing people in and talking about things. Could be in your work very much, could be in your personal life, in a partnership, however that is for you. But there's a form of discussion here, and you understanding that you've got all bases covered. Very nice for you. And look what happens when you go into your third week here. So there you have the 9 of Wands. So mirroring, looking up at the Wands at the beginning. So we know we've got that drive, that passion again. You know, up the ladder to the roof. Card always does this to me, no matter who I give it for. I'm always thinking up the ladder to the roof, you know, where I can see heaven much better. This is you working your way up. This is you achieving your goals. This is you talking about what's important to you. What steps do I need to take? You know, I'm at a certain run of the ladder now in my work and in my life and in my relationship. How do I get to the top? How do I get to the top of the roof and look for miles? How do I stand on top of that hill and see what I need to see? And how do I reach the goals that I need to reach? Well, I reach them by going one step at a time and thinking about what I'm doing and planning what I'm doing and discovering me and on what it is that drives me, what it is that fires me up, what it is that makes me tick. What is it like to be me? What's it like to be a Capricorn? Well, there's a lot to be very appreciative of being a Capricorn, because you're very driven and you're great with people. So I like you in your job with the way that you talk with people and deal with them. I like that you don't get into the petty, nitty gritty, silly stuff. You'll be leaving that for someone else. You really do have better things to be getting on with. The lovely thing about then is sort of your first, your second, your third, coming to the end of the third week here. Look what you've got. You've got the Ace of Swords. Wow, this is beautiful. This is divinely orchestrated. This is a gift from God. This is the heavens looking down on you. This is spirit wanting to guide you. This is something that's been on your mind, that's intellectual, that's a thought process that's going to be very welcome for you. It's like what you've been planning and thinking about is suddenly going to make sense, and it's going to come to you. It's a new beginning of something that matters to you, and it's very welcome. And because it's an ace, it would say that this new beginning is nothing to be frightened of. It's a new phase. It's a new you. You know, as we look at our look how they look, mirroring again on the transformation, looking over at the transformation, looking down, looking up. We are moving in some kind of synchronicity here. We're changing things up. Of course, then we go on to the Four of Swords here. And this is you still with that thought process. And the ace would say, listen, we've got some new beginnings coming here, and we're going to strike while the iron's hot. And this is going to be decisive, it's going to be precise, and it's going to be exciting. And the Four of Swords would say to you, take this on. This feels rooted. This feels grounded. This feels something we want. And it might also be just letting you know that don't overthink now. Sometimes we've just got to let things flow a little. Let them just have that ebb and that flow that you need. Don't worry too much about the detail, because you've kind of got that covered here. So a little bit of meditation, a little bit of inner work, a little bit of relax, release, and don't have any regrets. That's what I'm getting for you. I really like that. And look how you end the month. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, so fate and destiny. You know, again, looking down at the Magician, magic and more magic. This is you performing you really well in your work, in your relationships, in what you do in life. So the Wheel of Fortune, fate and destiny, things coming your way, getting to the point of the matter, again having your bases covered, and the wheels in motion, things at your fingertips. It's opportunities. It's you driving yourself forward, planning which way you want to go. January is one of those months where, rather than being sluggish, you're going to be taking action. That's what you're going to be doing, Capricorn. You're going to be taking action, and it feels really nice. I do love that. And then, of course, with your animal card here, let me just pop that there for you, if you can see that okay. You got Stingray. Now, I just want to draw your attention to this. Makes me feel really good. It makes me feel very spiritual. It makes me feel very connected. I'm getting a sense of freedom, a sense of, in my spare time, you in your spare time, really releasing any tensions that work may throw at you, because you've got a lot going on this month with your transformations and your busy work life and your goals and just life in general. But I get a sense of you just putting on, I don't know, you could just go to the top of a hill, like you were walking up this ladder, and you go fly a kite, for instance. You know, it makes me feel like that, the wind in your hair. I want you to release and relax in your spare time now, because work will be quite demanding on you, and maybe even your relationship will take a certain amount out of you. So when you've got your leisure time, I'd like you to just run up a hill if you could, and just be free. Have that child spirit in you, because I've got this energy centering into your tummy, feeling very lovely. Being around water will be particularly good for you this month. Just being out in nature, you will find lots of fun with that. I do believe that your relationships and your work-life balance will take on quite a deep level for you, but it will make sense. You will feel a sense of connection with work and with your relationships in work and your relationships in your personal life. They will have a depth to them. They will feel like you've just, you know that feeling of when you just sort of jump onto the bed and you land on a beautiful pillow, cushion even. It'll just feel there's a sense of comfort, a sense of relaxation with it, a sense of, I've got this. So yeah, I've got this. That's what it is. I've got this. So that's what I'm feeling when the stingrays, it's what it's giving me. It's giving me fun, it's giving me playfulness, it's giving me spirit around you, and it's giving me the spirit of a child, which leads me on to the children here in your angel cards, because that's what I'm being given. You see these children that are based around the mother here. I'm getting a childlike feeling for you. For some people, these are actually spirit guides. I'm getting that really strongly, that this could be you and these are your spirit guides that are around you, because that's what I'm being given at the moment. So for some of you, that will be relevant. For some of you, this is just who you are in your day-to-day life. There's a motherly, nurturing, natural nature side of you, which is lovely. Again, people want to talk to you, people want to be around you, people like you and you like them. It could also be for some of you, of course, there you are with all your children, and look how motherly and lovingly you are around these people, these lovely little people. So there's a few connotations here, there's a few meanings there, but it ultimately shows a real love of Mother Earth, a love of people, a love of humanity, which I think is a particularly special character to have as a person. I think the month feels really nice for you, Capricorn. I like the way that it's moving. I like the energy that it's showing me here, the way that you are transforming and changing situations at work and within you, so that you can ultimately get to your wheel of fortune, to your fate and destiny, and to that sense of, I'm covered here. I'm going to move the camera back up to have a chat with you. There you are. Hello, Capricorn. Beautiful, huh? Really, really nice. So there's a real connection here with you. You starting your month with the Mother of Wands here, that motherly aspect to you, that nurturing, that ability to see somebody else's point of view in your relationship and at work, and for people to be able to talk to you about that. That's quite a quality for somebody to be able to talk to you, to feel that they can approach you. So good for you. That's a very nice quality. There are some people, love them, but they're not always that approachable, are they? The boss, can't go to the boss, he doesn't talk to me, doesn't understand me. But with you, in your work, you're approachable. And in your personal life, you're approachable, and also with your friends. So there's that element of the Mother of Wands would be saying to you, well, yeah, look at me, I'm kind of okay, aren't I? I know where I'm going. I've got my drives, I've got my passions, and I've got my deliverance of how I feel to people. So I do get a sense of you knowing where you're going. And if for instance, if you didn't think you knew where you were going, if you thought, well, she says that, but I'm not actually feeling it. Well, the Mother of Wands would say, well, you should, because it's in you to feel like that. It's in you to be able to move forward and to have those drives and those goals and that passion, to believe in yourself, to know that you can do it. And then you've got the Death card, which is traditionally Scorpio, but it's transformation. And it's transformation of you changing you, maybe physically just saying, well, I'm just going to change my hair, my clothes, I'm going to change my image, for instance. It could also be that a Scorpio male or female is coming in that will transform things for you, because Scorpio has an intensity to it. Could be also that in work, for instance, that you're transforming the situation. In your love life, you're transforming it so that it feels better, and you've had a conversation and things have changed and they're for the better. And then with the Eight of Swords here, not to feel stuck in anything, because you're not. Transform it. If there's a situation that feels, I feel a bit stuck here in work, in my relationship, in my partnership, something's not being talked about the way it should, well, talk about it. Set yourself free by having the conversation. You're not stuck anywhere. You're never stuck. It's always a thought that might keep you somewhere, and once you release a thought that is just literally keeping you stuck, well, then you're free to move on, and that's how you are. Then you've got the Magician, and the Magician is magic. This is somebody, doing their thing and doing it well. It's you having all your bases covered at work, all your bases covered in your love life, at home, It could be just literally around the home. You know, there's a room and you're literally rearranging things, and I'm going to put a cupboard over there, and then a plant's going over there, and the mirror's going there, and it's that sort of thing. It's just it makes me feel very much for you that there's a wholesomeness with it. There's a rootedness and a groundedness with it. So I like that feel for you. And then of course the Nine of Wands, up the ladder to the roof. We're stepping, we're walking, we're moving, you know, we're making things happen. We've got these goals and these desires, and we're going forward with them. They're not finished. We haven't got there yet, but my goodness, we've got a long way. We're going a long way, and we are making progression, we're making steps, we're making progress. And then the Ace of Swords comes in to say to you, it's perfect. Something good is coming in. Something very good, something very divinely orchestrated, something that will make you feel very happy, some news coming in. It's on an intellectual level, it's on a mental level, it's on, when I say mental, I mean thought process. It's something you've been thinking about, something you've been working on, it's something that's coming to fruition, which is lovely for you. So the Ace would say, you've got the courage, you've got the entrepreneurship, you've got the depth of character to really make something happen. So January looking lovely. Then when the Four of Swords appeared here, that was just saying, just don't spend time, as we did, as I looked down at the Eight of Swords mirroring it. Let's not stay stuck when we're not, because the cards don't dictate that. The feeling is that you are in control. So if you need to meditate, or if you need to relax a little bit, this also could mean, you know, that sometimes you just do too much. You may be working too hard. You may be in a relationship where you're putting in all of the effort and you're feeling a bit drained with it. And the Four would say to you, well, why don't you relax a little bit now? Why don't you just take some time out and relax where needed? So in that leisure time, relax. Talking about leisure, that lovely stingray keeps coming over to me. Is it looking at me? Wheel of Fortune right at the end. Fate and destiny. So a lovely month for you. Lots of kind of spirit coming through for you, which is exactly what you want. The universe knowing what you need. The universe being prepared to surprise and delight you because of this Ace. The stingray here as your spirit animal. Could be that, you know, there's a synchronicity there. You may find that fishes, particularly fishes, you know, sort of resonate strongly with you, that water element of it. But I also get the feeling of you just needing to just fly a kite, be childlike and have some fun in your leisure time when you've come away from work, and when your relationship is just, maybe you just need a bit of time out, go and find it and just have some fun. And then going over to your lovely angel card, that lovely mother aspect of you, which you got right at the beginning with your Mother of Wands, that pulls me to the mother in you, the mother in your life being particularly important to you, you possibly being a mother, and also there's a strong connection with spirit guides here. So for some of you, you may be connecting with spirit guides and it looks like there's a few around you. And if you want to connect with your spirit guides, meditation is a great way to do that. So I'm really enjoying this month for you. Very positive. Take from this reading what you will, take from it what resonates with you, and what doesn't, of course, just let that go, because it is a general reading. But I would like to thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an incredible January. I'll be back in February. I may be back before because I'm planning on putting a few more videos up to get my subscriptions up, because they are pretty dire. So if you would like and subscribe, I would be thrilled to bits. In the meantime, I just want you to have a fabulous January. See you in February. Looks great, Capricorn. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.